In my absolutely never-ending quest to watch and review anything and everything cult, horror, and the like, I discovered director Jack Hill's Pit Stop and Spider Baby on Amazon Prime sometime last year. The first one of these that I decided to absorb was Pit Stop, and I became an instant fan of Jack Hill's work.
The most dangerous game ever devised to pit man against man, flesh against steel. The figure eight race.
Now, hey, look out! Look out! Look out! Fighting now for the lead.
The next night when I slogged my way into the great room after getting home from my shift, I sat through Spider Baby, which solidified me as a Jack Hill fan even more.
Tonight.
Big fat bug right in my spiderweb. Virginia, are you crazy? You're bad. Bad.
You were not supposed to play spider anymore.
Animal spiders creep and crawl. Boys and ghouls having a ball. Frankenstein, Dracula, and even the mummy are sure to end up in somebody's tummy.
Both of these cinematic black and white monstrosities starring a very young Sid Haig did help me lean towards wanting to see what other bizarre and surreal pieces of moving picture Jack Hill had committed to celluloid during the early years of his directorial career. I'm sure that pretty much all of you watching this know of Sid Haig as Captain Spaulding from Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, and Three from Hell, and I would urge you to check him out in his prime acting in either Pit Stop or Spider Baby. After those two, Jack Hill directed a couple of women in prison flicks called The Big Dollhouse and The Big Birdcage, as well as a blaxploitation film named Coffee, which ended up being one of the bigger ones that actress Pam Grier was known for in the mid-70s. 1 year later, Jack Hill helmed and released a lighter, more comedic type of exploitation film by the name of Swinging Cheerleaders. There are a few small scenes here and there containing a student-teacher relationship, some college girl boobs, and the two main characters getting ready to get freaky, but other than that, it's about journalist student Kate going undercover as the new cheerleader on the Mesa-U squad to get together an article about how the whole dynamic of jocks and cheerleaders puts down women as a whole, only to fall for the main football star Buck and leave her jackass/hippie boyfriend behind. Southwestern sucks. Both of these guys have big schnozzes. Yeah, I agree, that was awful.
Hit 'em high, hit 'em low, hit 'em where the daisies grow. Hit 'em, kick 'em in the knees, kick 'em in the shins. Hit 'em where the daisies grow. Hit 'em so we can win. Come on, team win! Yay, Mesa!
Thank you, Margaret. That will be all. That was just awful. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I want to take that relic off too.
What is that?
This is a relic of the nearly forgotten past. Very cleverly engineered to hold you together when you jump up and down.
Come here, let me see that thing.
Well, that went lame pretty quickly.
I've got to see you in a cod piece.
Oh my God, my God.
Don't use that aerosol crap. Sweet Jesus. All you have to do is splatter a little gravy on your apron and you're set.
Good. Positive thinking. I'm going to let you in on one of my innermost secrets. Now, instead of taking her out, bring her here and cook dinner for her. With some soft music, a little candlelight, and a little wine to mellow her down. It's an absolutely infallible method.
Really?
Never misses.
Yeah, but I don't cook.
Neither can I. No problem. I'll order you my special menu, which will be delivered to your door, ready to eat. All you have to do is splatter a little gravy on your apron and you're all set.
This is the second movie I've reviewed now where they aren't drinking wine, they're drinking fruit punch. Looks like Chris Hansen needs to confiscate those binoculars.
Wow. Looking him over good, huh, Fred? What? Oh, yeah.
She doesn't need an explanation for permutations.
But hey, what's the idea of sitting there in the front row with no underpants on like that? Don't you know what that does to me when I'm trying to explain permutations?
Sure, but I want to take your mind off permutations. For a while, at least.
Irwin Dale sucks too. Kate is beautiful and Buck kinda looks like Frankenstein. Breaking a virgin always has the solution with them losing it to a stranger.
Don't eat your heart out waiting for him to come back.
Well, what can I do?
Look, baby, you have gotten into a rut worrying about Ross. Now, what you need is to do it the first time with a complete stranger, somebody you will never see again. Of course, she's right, Andy. Find somebody you don't give a shit about. You'd be surprised what that can do for a girl.
Really?
No, don't lose it to this clown. Oh boy, this is gonna be worse than I thought.
Ron, come on. Let's do it some more. I want to do it every way there is. This is my first time. I want it to be wonderful. Oops, sorry.
Here, baby, try some of this.
Ew, Jesus, that's terrible.
No. It's all part of the scene. You want to do everything, don't you?
Okay, then will you show me some more ways to do it?
Sure. You're right. You should do everything the first time. That's the only way you'll know what the real you is like. Hey, Faustus, what's happening? Shut up, just listen to me. I want you to round up some of the family members and come right over. I got this really fantastic thing going. We are going to do something really depraved. A nihilistic happening, you dig? Huh? Are you ready for this? We are going to gangbang a cheerleader. Dig? Gonna be your night of nights, kid. Make up for all those wasted years you've been saving it.
For the first time in my whole life, I was actually rooting for the jock to win the fight.
Cut him up, freak!
What are you talking about, man?
You know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna thrash you within an inch of your life, and I want to see you try and defend yourself like a man, if you can imagine what that might be like.
Out of your fucking mind?
Come on, get up. And don't give me any of that we shall overcome routine either.
Not this time, pig. This is my house.
When I was preparing myself to take notes for the Swinging Cheerleaders, I really thought that this was going to be another half-lost teen sex comedy that I had never heard of before, like Hamburger the Motion Picture. That's not what this is at all. It's actually a somewhat dark story about selfishness, greed, and how those things added into some already jilted politics can make a positive culture such as a college or school become corrupt for the personal gain of those at the very top. There just happens to be sex and boobs thrown into it along the way, which is where the light exploitation part of it comes in. Zits and Zombies, this isn't one of Jack Hill's best by any means, and it certainly isn't his worst. If you're ready to start digging through his catalog to watch something a little bit different than what you're probably used to, I'd give the Swinging Cheerleaders its fair chance at having a perfect season. Just don't let Coach Turner use the binoculars ever again. Chris Hansen already took them away from him once.
I'm sorry. I didn't see you standing there.
No, it was my fault. I was standing here watching you. I thought you were asleep. You look so peaceful, just like a little boy.
Well, I was just concentrating on some new plays I've designed here.
Oh, really? How fascinating. So creative. Gosh, we sure are lucky to have you for a coach, Mr. Turner.
Well, I do my best, that's all. Although I think we're lucky to have you as a cheerleader, too, Miss Corey. It's girls like you give the boys something they think is worth fighting for.
Gosh, that just makes me tingle all over when you talk like that.
Really? Well, you, give me those same feelings sometimes. Did you know that?
What?